Have you ever gazed at the stars and wondered if there's more than one divine force watching over us? Throughout history, humanity has worshipped thousands of gods, yet today, many believe in just one. But what if our ancestors were right all along? Picture ancient Egypt, where Ra ruled the sun and Osiris governed the afterlife. Think of Mount Olympus, where Zeus hurled thunderbolts while Poseidon commanded the seas. These weren't just stories. They were reality for millions of people who lived and died believing in multiple divine beings. The concept of monotheism, the belief in one God, is relatively new in human history. For most of our existence, polytheism dominated human thought. From the Norse gods of Vikings to the countless deities of Hinduism, our ancestors found comfort and meaning in a universe governed by multiple divine powers. But here's the fascinating question: what if they weren't wrong? What if our modern assumption of a single deity is an oversimplification of a far more complex cosmic reality? Consider this. In quantum physics, we've discovered that reality isn't simple or singular. It's complex, multi-layered, and often paradoxical. If the physical universe is so intricate, why wouldn't the divine realm be equally complex? Ancient civilizations understood something we might have forgotten. They saw divinity in the complexity of nature, in the fury of storms, the mystery of death, the miracle of birth, and the cycle of seasons. Each aspect of existence had its own divine guardian, its own cosmic force. The Mayans tracked celestial bodies with incredible precision, believing each heavenly movement was guided by different gods. The Japanese Shinto tradition recognizes millions of kami, divine spirits present in everything from mighty mountains to humble pebbles. These weren't primitive misconceptions. They were sophisticated attempts to understand the divine complexity of our universe. Modern science has revealed that our universe is far stranger and more mysterious than we ever imagined. Dark matter, multiple dimensions, quantum entanglement, these discoveries suggest reality is far more complex than our ancestors could have known. Yet in their own way, they intuited this complexity through their polytheistic worldviews. What if each god from every tradition represents a different aspect of a greater divine reality? What if, like white light breaking into a rainbow through a prism, the ultimate divine truth splits into multiple divine beings as it enters our realm of understanding? Think about how the human brain works, not as a single unit, but as billions of neurons working in concert. Our consciousness emerges from this complexity. Could divine consciousness work similarly, manifesting as multiple gods while remaining fundamentally unified? The evidence for multiple divine beings might be hiding in plain sight. When people report spiritual experiences, they often describe encounters with different types of entities: angels, spirits, gods, or cosmic forces. Are these all manifestations of the same divine source, or separate divine beings with their own domains and purposes? Ancient wisdom whispers to us through time, telling us that reality may be far more intricate than we've allowed ourselves to believe. Let's delve deeper into this cosmic mystery. Consider the human experience itself. We are beings of duality, rational, yet emotional, physical, yet spiritual, individual, yet connected. If we, as mere mortals, contain such complexity, wouldn't it make sense for the divine realm to be even more multifaceted? The Hindu tradition speaks of 33 million deities, each representing different aspects of Brahman, the ultimate reality. This isn't primitive superstition. It's a sophisticated metaphysical system acknowledging that divine truth might be too vast for a single form. Modern physics has shown us that light can be both a wave and a particle simultaneously. If something as fundamental as light can exist in two states at once, why couldn't the divine exist in multiple forms? The quantum realm reveals that reality at its most fundamental level defies our either-or logic. Archaeological discoveries continue to unveil evidence of ancient civilizations' complex religious systems. These weren't simple-minded people. They were sophisticated observers of reality who recognized patterns we might have forgotten. From the Göbekli Tepe temple complex to the pyramids of Teotihuacan, our ancestors built monuments to multiple divine forces they experienced as real. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Many modern religious experiences seem to support the possibility of multiple divine beings. Near-death experiences often describe encounters with various spiritual entities. Mystics from different traditions report meeting distinct divine personalities. Are these all manifestations of one source or evidence of a divine plurality? The concept of angels in monotheistic religions might actually be a bridge between monotheism and polytheism. These powerful spiritual beings, each with their own duties and characteristics, suggest a hierarchy of divine forces. What if what we call angels are what ancient peoples recognized as gods? Indigenous cultures worldwide maintain traditions of spirit beings associated with natural forces. These aren't mere metaphors, they represent direct experiences of divine plurality that have sustained communities for millennia. The Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime, for instance, describes a complex spiritual reality where multiple creative beings shape existence. Consider how ecosystems work. Not through central control, but through the interaction of countless species and forces. If nature itself operates through plurality, wouldn't it make sense for the divine realm to function similarly? Perhaps the universe is governed not by a single force, but by a divine council or cosmic community. The ancient Greeks spoke of the Moirai, the fates who wove the destiny of gods and mortals alike. Even Zeus himself was bound by their decisions. This suggests our ancestors understood something profound. The divine power might be distributed rather than centralized. As we stand at the threshold of new scientific discoveries about the nature of consciousness, dark matter, and parallel universes, we must ask, were our polytheistic ancestors actually closer to understanding the true nature of reality than we are today? The implications of divine plurality shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew about existence. As we venture into this final exploration, prepare yourself for revelations that could change everything. What if our universe is actually a divine experiment, a cosmic laboratory where multiple gods test different approaches to creation? Think about it, the seemingly random nature of quantum mechanics, the vast diversity of life, the endless variety in human consciousness. All of this could be evidence of multiple divine beings expressing their creative forces. The ancient Sumerians believed that humans were created to serve as workers for the gods. But what if there's a deeper truth here? What if we're not just servants, but participants in a grand divine collaboration? Each human consciousness might be connected to different divine forces, explaining why people feel naturally drawn to different spiritual paths. Scientists have recently discovered that our universe might be just one of many in a vast multiverse. Could each universe have its own divine beings? Or perhaps what we perceive as different gods are actually the same divine force, expressing itself differently across multiple dimensions of reality. The existence of evil and suffering has always been a philosophical challenge for monotheism. But in a universe with multiple divine beings, conflict and contrast might be natural and even necessary for creation itself. Just as opposition creates growth in nature, divine plurality might explain both the beauty and chaos we observe in existence. Here's a thought. that might change everything. What if we ourselves are embryonic gods in development? Ancient mystery schools taught that humans have the potential for divinity. In a universe of multiple gods, perhaps spiritual evolution means joining their ranks rather than merely worshipping them. The most advanced artificial intelligence systems today work through distributed networks rather than central processors. If human-made AI follows this pattern, wouldn't it make sense for cosmic intelligence to operate similarly? Perhaps the divine realm is a vast network of conscious beings rather than a singular entity. Modern physics suggests that consciousness might be fundamental to the universe itself. If consciousness is inherent in reality, then multiple divine consciousnesses could be as natural as the multiple human consciousnesses we experience every day. The future of humanity might depend on recognizing and reconnecting with this divine plurality. As we face global challenges that no single approach can solve, perhaps we need to embrace a more complex understanding of the divine, one that honors the wisdom of our ancestors while embracing the discoveries of modern science. We stand at a crucial moment in human history, where ancient wisdom and modern knowledge converge to reveal a truth both shocking and liberating. The divine is not singular but plural, not simple but complex, not distant but interwoven through every level of existence. The question isn't whether there could be multiple gods. The question is how this understanding will transform our future. As we gaze into the infinite cosmos, we might finally be ready to embrace the full complexity of divine reality and our place within it. Remember, the greatest mysteries of existence often hide in plain sight, waiting for us to open our minds to possibilities beyond our current understanding. The journey to truth requires courage to question everything we think we know. What divine forces might you connect with once you open yourself to this greater reality? The answer might just change your life forever.